Nigeria is one country that many things are happening inside that are not just confusing, but confounding. But in spite of everything, Nigeria is such a great place, highly endowed with the largest number of human and material resources you can find anywhere in the African continent. In human resources, in material and natural resources of all sorts, no other country in Africa can compete with Nigeria. However, the situation of things in Nigeria does not in any way fit all these grandiose endowments which the heavens have endowed the country with. Where did we get it wrong? What is happening? What is our problem? The National Youth Conference Nigeria 2021 has been convened with a view to getting the Nigerian youth, those responsible for the future of the country, to start talking about these challenges. The theme of the conference is Nigerian Youth and 2023. We are happy to have one of us, one of the youth of this country, who in every sense of the word is a prepared person, intelligent, highly educated, conscious of the situation, and interested in the well-being and development of Nigeria, in the person of Amos Elaigu Adeku, who will be our keynote speaker today. Why the theme Nigerian Youth and 2023? 2023 will mark the end of the Buhari Presidency and become an opportunity for a Nigeria, if the Nigerian youth would begin now to prepare vigorously for that opportunity. Politically speaking, youths are people from the age of 18 to 45 years of age. The political youth class comprises of two biological subsets, namely young adults aged 18 through 30 and older adults aged 30 to 45. Biologically, youths are people within the age of 12 to 17 years. We welcome you to the National Youth Conference Nigeria on the theme Nigerian Youth and 2023. According to the European Union, Nigeria's voters register shows about 60% of the registered voters in Nigeria falling within the age of people described as political youth, which is 18 through 45 years of age. However, the Nigerian political landscape is dominated by old people ranging from 50 to 80 years of age, where they are not ministers, members of the National Assembly, and president. They are godfathers who control things from behind. At independence, those who emerged as leaders of Nigeria were in their 20s and 30s, with very few of them in their 40s. When the First Republic was truncated by the misguided military, the military rulers that emerged were people in their 20s and 30s. We know specifically that Gowon, who became head of state in July 1966, was only 29 years of age at that time. Things started changing from the Second Republic. The First Republic youth leaders and rulers and military rulers of the country who could not get enough of trappings of power banded themselves together to keep control of the source of power and money in Nigeria. Their greed and avarice is what we are paying for today with bad governance, lack of rule of law, insecurity, and lack of development. From 1999, when we returned to the civilian rule, after many years of military misrule and messing up of our political process, we have had the misfortune of being ruled by 60-plus-year-olds and septuagenarians, just the same people who ruled during the First Republic and the military rulers who are now old. In the last 2 decades, the Nigerian youth has been so marginalized that they are only considered fit for thuggery until the United Nations program and policy force their hands to encourage the youth to participate actively in politics, giving birth to the policy of not too young to run. Meanwhile, in spite of the not too young to run policy, in spite of the launch, nothing has been done to encourage the Nigerian young people, the young people of Nigeria, the youth, to participate effectively in politics beyond being thugs. Apart from the disenfranchisement of the Nigerian youth, the dominant political class made up of people of the old age, those who have failed in politics, infrastructural and social development, especially in education and industrialization. These people who have ruled and disenfranchised the youth have made sure that none of the institutions that will encourage the youth to rise, such as education, social development, infrastructural development, or even the political process development, has not been helped. This state of affairs has further disenfranchised the youth, who had now to deal with the hydra-headed problem of poor quality education that develops no mental, social, or motor skill capacities, and unemployment. It appears that an impoverished youth permits the old politicians to continue in their rogue rulership and rape of the country, as we can see in the spiraling corruption, which has reached crescendo since 2015. Clearly, this state of affairs cannot continue without dire consequences. Many social scientists are already analyzing the possibility of an implosion in not too distant future. Last year, a secret tape of the Minister of Transport, Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi, branded Nigerian youth as cowards, docile, and not capable of taking actions against the rogue elite. Is Chibika Amechi, the Minister of Transportation, right or wrong? Is he, as he quoted, as saying, is it right that Nigerian youth are truly docile and cowardly and incapable? Some analysts are blaming the unprecedented insecurity and banditry, which has been equally unprecedented in the last half decade, fueled by Fulani herdsmen, said to be foreigners who are armed with assault and warlike weapons such as AK-47 and rocket launchers, who are killing, kidnapping, raping, and destroying farms and crops all over Nigeria to government failure to provide the good life and any hope for better future for the youth. What options do the Nigerian youth have to deal with the present quagmire? No one person has the answer to the hydra-headed situation we have in Nigeria today. This is the reason we have this conference convened, so all Nigerian youths would have a chance to talk about these issues. Unity, they say, is strength. No individual can fight the battle to save Nigeria. Many young people who have gone into politics on their own merely end up like, if not worse than the old corrupt rogue rulers. The older generation of Nigerians cannot do anything about this. The future belongs to the youth, and the youth are the ones to fight for it. Since the EndSARS protests, the Nigerian youth have been considering ways and means to respond to the need to get involved in the political process. A number of them feel that the youth should form their own political party. Others feel the youth should come together and join the existing political parties and dominate them so as to cause the needed change from within the system. This conference has been called to help all the Nigerian youth to meet with effect from today, the 22nd of March 2021, over a period of 30 days online. Each youth age person, both biological and political, are coming together at their own convenience to speak about this problem so that we can create a consensus for the way forward. At the end of the conference, the outcome of the conference will be organized and packaged into a working paper for the Nigerian youth. If you would like to participate in this conference as a youth or a speaker, even if you are not a youth, we invite you to register via the link that is provided and to submit your written speech and a headshot photo for your publication of the outcome of this conference. As this platform for this conference is provided free as a public service and corporate social responsibility from Town Hall Communication Company Limited and the African Town Hall Online Television, we invite individuals and corporate organizations to donate and sponsor this program. As this is not a commercial profit-oriented venture, all we need at this time is resources to procure data for 24/7 data availability for the 30 days that this conference would last. All the proceedings of the National Youth Conference Nigeria will be broadcast live on YouTube, our YouTube channel and Facebook page, the African Town Hall. We invite you to join us live as a speaker or a viewing attendee with your comments and questions on the subject matters that would be on discussion throughout the conference. If this is your first time of coming upon our channel, we invite you to subscribe, like, share the comment, and share this conference proceedings so that it will reach many more people. We are grateful to have a number of you in attendance. We invite you to make comments, ask questions, so that we will have a robust discussion that will answer the ends of this conference, meaning the youth of Nigeria and the opportunity provided by 2023 when the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari finishes. It will be now my pleasure to invite on the stage our keynote speaker at this year's National Youth Conference Nigeria, Mr. Amos Adeku. Mr. Amos, you are welcome to the studios.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. It is always an honor for me to share the stage with you because I know the stuff you're made of.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure to invite you. We'll invite you to now take the stage. Viewers, please, we want you to keep the comments coming. We have seen one comment already, and we want those comments coming. Ask questions which Mr. Amos Elaigu Adiku will take time to answer for us today at the end of his presentation. Thank you. It is now your time.
Thank you very much, sir, for having me this evening. Good evening, my distinguished hosts and organizers of this all-important National Youth Conference, my fellow youth here present in this assembly, and those viewing us live from other parts of the continent. My name is Amos Elaigu Adiku, as earlier introduced by the host. and I'm live from Abuja, courtesy of Town Hall Communications Limited. The theme of this conference, Nigeria Youth in 2023, is absolutely significant to the making or disintegration of the country Nigeria going forward. That is to say, the theme embodies all that is required to liberate Nigeria and its present woes. The theme of this conference has all that it takes to liberate Nigeria from its present woes. And that is subject to the decisive decisions the younger generations will now take away from this conference. And as well, this theme can as well keep the country and her citizens, particularly we the youth, in a continuous state of poverty, insecurity, and all that pertains to backwardness. When we all fail to take the bull by the horn here after this conference, as we prepare towards 2023 general elections. And as I reflect upon this subject matter regarding the theme of this conference, two questions keep coming to my mind. And one of these questions is, will young men and women eligible to vote and be voted for in this country, Nigeria, queue to elect a young person as president come 2023? The second question is, are there possibilities for a young person to attain the number one political office in Nigeria any soon? I ask these questions because Nigerians have now cultivated the tradition and thus making it a requirement that only aged persons has what it takes to rule the country as president and commander-in-chief, also as governors, as national and state assembly members, even when we the youths have the greater advantage to decide who is what politically based on the strength of our population. And from the challenges that is bedeviling Nigeria, and all of us as a people in general brought upon ourselves, we brought these challenges upon ourselves by our own choices. Bad and incompetent leadership across every breadth and length of this country. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you how anxiously Nigerians, both young and old, are actually waiting, looking forward to the 2023 polls. That wait, that expectations, to me, I see it like one messianic event, as the Jews long expected for a Messiah to come for their redemption from the hands of their oppressors. That is how anxiously Nigerians are now waiting for 2023 to come. And truly, Nigerians have been long oppressed. They've suffered enough. And at the end of the day, the only hope that we have that is soon at hand is that which is in 2023 general elections. And because of this suffering, it has become so evident, it has become so alarming, so life-threatening, like never before in the history of this country. Of course, I wasn't born during the days of the Civil War. I never experienced the Buhari's administration in the time when he was in the military. But from history and from what I've learned and gathered, none has been this life-threatening, and especially in the disintegration of our country, Nigeria. And all of this is made evident, is commonly found in the tyrannic, nepotistic, clueless and incompetent government led by Buhari administration. And all of this However, that we envisage 2023 to be very, very full of hopes and aspirations for the betterment of this country. In my own view, we ought and should be intentional about 2023. Intentional in the sense that we must accept as a people, especially with the younger generations, the youth, we should be able to accept the fact that is pulling us back. And those, in my views, for those narratives to be changed, we must address and accept two problematic realities holding us back from taking over the affairs of this country. And if you agree with me, one of those problems holding us back, and I present it by way of question and then try to explain the very much I can. And one of those problems is actually if we are serious. Are we, youth of this country, are we really serious? Because this is one of the major setbacks we have before, during, and after during crucial moments that defines the fate of this country. These are the problems we face. On seriousness, on our own part as young people, we are mostly unserious when it comes to political issues all across the country. A large segment of the youth will tell you they are not interested in partisan politics. They are not interested in anything that has to inform decision-making process in this country. But they forget to understand that the political participation, it is all about us. In a country where every sensitive and vital issues has to do with politics, is dependent on politics. How do we now get the best out of it when we refuse to be serious about it? Politics, according to David Easton, that politics is the authoritative allocation of resources or values. Now, how do we get that which we so much desire and value allocated to us when we care less to first possess or influence the authority from where those values comes from? That is my understanding. And that is the question we should ask ourselves and get serious about it. If politics truly is the authoritative allocation of values, what and how can we achieve those aims, those values, those objectives? How can we get them to ourselves when we fail to participate in it? And at the end of the day, the larger chunk of the decision making by this political elite in our country, Nigeria, they are based on their own selfish interests. They don't even have the country's interests at heart, let alone me and you, the young people. They don't do that. Hence, the less serious we become, and the less serious we refuse to engage in political processes in this country as young people, the more worrisome our situations continue to be. A number of young people engage in active politics or are involved in the struggle for good governance in this country. When you compare it with those of us, the young people, who stand aside and look, who just sit down doing nothing, they don't care about what politics is all about, they don't care about who rules them, they don't care about what and what is involved in politics. You begin to feel so bad that if care is not taken, you that you are involved, you have no choice than to back down. Because even those that you are fighting for, those that should be anxiously engaged in this struggle, they don't just care about it. And until we, as people, as young people, rise up to the occasion and begin to think how we can approach 2023, it is very remarkable, very, very remarkable. It's a defining moment.
Now, it appears there are some issues, technical issues at the end of our guest. We expect that he will be over that in a minute and we will be able to hear him. In the meantime, I am sure that each and every one of us has seen the stuff that Mr. Amos Eligwe Adiku is made of, his interest, his capacity, and his ability to talk about the issues as they are and raise very important and critical opinion that can help in the development of what we desire to have in this country. He has made some very critical statements, and I hope that our viewers will be able to take home something and then be able to ask questions, be able to indicate that they are here. So we know that people, we are seeing numbers on the counter, but we want you on the comment bar. We want you in the like, love signs, and we want to have questions. That will certainly make sure we have a robust discussion at this conference, because that is something that must happen. So please join us with your comments, join us with your, we'll go to with your questions and share these proceedings so that more people will see and learn about it. We'll take a commercial break. We expect that when we return, we will be able to probably have our speaker back, or at least begin the summaries for this session of the conference.
Hello, everyone. We would like to introduce you to Graceworth Nigeria Limited. Graceworth Nigeria Limited is a Nigerian-owned and operated company using seasoned and accomplished professionals to execute complex security missions in conjunction with the host government to mitigate risk on behalf of our clients. Our team members have decades of experience in the security sector, bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience that not all security companies are able to offer. The success of the company is based on our unrivaled ability to build and maintain successful partnerships with our customers to provide professional and reliable security services. We pride ourselves on providing highly trained personnel experienced in dealing with the most complex of security issues. Since our formation, we have gained a reputation as a highly experienced company with a young, energetic and forward-thinking management team, offering the highest level of professionalism. We offer the following services. 1. Security awareness and training. 2. Program support and consultancy. 3. Risk assessment and investigations. 4. Executive protection and travel management. You can contact us on +234 807 227 2799 or 0702 525 4858, or visit our office at 14 Buchanan Crescent, off Amanucano Crescent, West 2, Abuja, Nigeria. We would be glad to have you. Graceworth. Leave your worries with us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us thus far. Now, a number of issues have been raised by Amos as he spoke to us. He mentioned the fact that 2023 has the chance to make or mar this country. He has said it, and he spoke so loudly and strongly about that. What do you feel? Those who are viewing us want to know what you feel. Do you feel that 2023 is a litmus test year for Nigeria, especially the Nigerian youth who have been disenfranchised and marginalized all these years? We want you to share your opinion on the comment bar so that we can take that up and use it to improve this broadcast and improve the discussion and make it more robust and help each other to learn more about the important things we must do. What are your thoughts? He has also mentioned the fact that part of the problem is that the Nigerian youth is silent and quiet. They are not coming forth to take up the gauntlet. There's this thing that I learned many years ago that has guided my path. It is that nobody gives you power. If you want power, you have to rise up and take it. So that has made me, if I'm interested in anything, I always go and look out for how I can get that thing that I want. And then I work towards it. Nigerian youth need, this one is not can or may want. No, they need, because there's an existential threat to the future of this country, which also means the youth of Nigeria. The Nigerian youth are the future of this country. So, and there's an existential problem, existential threat on their lives. And Amos had mentioned that there's this lackadaisical attitude towards participation in politics by the Nigerian youth. And he was making this comment before the issues, I'm sure, of network or technical issues that took him out of the screen of the conference. But we can continue to improve what is going on here this evening through your comments. We have received likes. We have people who are still viewing. We want you to help make this discussion robust. And if you would like to join us in the studios right now, this very minute, just indicate that you like to do so. And if you are in my contact list, I will send you a link to join. If you're not in my contact list, I will send the link via Facebook or other means to enable you come join me in the studios. And I've noticed that some people from other parts of Africa are watching, which is beautiful, because we are just started these discussions, which must continue. All the youth of Africa must be involved in. Last year, we started with the African Youth Conference, where many African youngsters came together and spoke about these issues. And this year, this very month, we are starting with the National Youth Conference Nigeria. We are going to hold National Youth Conference on all of the other countries of this continent, so that we will be able to expand the critical discussion that is required to save this continent. I tell you, just like Amos mentioned about the existential challenge that Nigeria faces by what is going on in it, and for which the youth of Nigeria must rise up now and do something, the same existential challenge is facing all the other countries in this continent, all of them, because the issues are the same. The kind of rulers who are in the different parts of Africa are the same. Those ruling in Cameroon, the Senate President of Cameroon is 102 years. 102 years, 1 century. I think a century is 100 years, 1 century and 2 years this year. The Senate President of Cameroon. The President of Uganda is in his 80s, and many senators are like that. And they have told the young people that there's no chance for them. If they want to take over power, they should go and fight a civil war like they did. So exactly the same thing happening. Alassane Ouattara had to go and force the National Assembly to amend the constitution of Côte d'Ivoire so he can run for a third term. Many of us are afraid that he's going to go for a fourth term, following after people like Paul Biya of Cameroon, who have been in power going 40 years right now. Where is the other country that is in the news recently? Their president is already 38 years in power and he's seeking for another 5-year term. This is unbelievable. Totally, I think that is in Congo. This is unbelievable and shouldn't be allowed to happen. These are men and women who no longer have any ideas. They are not even 20th century compliant, not to talk of 21st century compliant. These are men who think from behind. They are not thinking from their head. And we cannot continue like this and relax and hope we have a life. Given that we are not able to have Amos again up to now, we are expecting your comments and analysis on the things he has so far said. And the full text of his speech will be available in due course. And in the future of this conference, we know that Amos Eliagu Adiku will have time to come back again because he did that on and on in the African Youth Conference. He has got the word, he has got the voice, he has got that knowledge and wisdom to present what is important. We are coming to you live from Youth Speak on the African Town Hall Online Television. And this all that we are doing today is sponsored for us by the Town Hall Communication Company. And we have a number of other sponsors who are coming up, and we will be bringing them forward as they come. Meanwhile, we want to thank all of you who are viewing to stay tuned. Before it is tomorrow, we will release the programs for tomorrow to you. Those who are going to be our speakers and the times that will be online. And we invite you to stay tuned, and as soon as you receive an alert, to join us in the studios or join us in the viewing panels of Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And then we want you to make your comments, which will help us advance the cause of this conference. In the meantime, have a great evening, and thank you for being with us. We will forthwith release a calendar and a program schedule for the rest of the things that are going to come. You have a blessed evening. Nigeria must survive. Nigeria must survive. I think it was Sodioko Sunda sang that song. It was a hit during his days. We want Nigeria to survive, but as Amos has already indicated, 2023 will make or mar the whole of this. Because if the youth do not rise and do the right thing by 2023, if they are prevented or they never tried, then we risk existential challenge, threats to the youth and existential threats for the country, Nigeria. So if you claim to be a lover of Nigeria, come to this conference and let's discuss the way forward. And if you are not a lover of Nigeria even, still come to this conference. Let's hear your opinion. Because if we do not discuss these issues, we are not going to be able to have the way forward. We are not going to be able to do what we need to do. And we see many people are increasing to come. We can continue this session of the conference if you will ask your questions and if you will make your comments. If you ask questions, we will try to answer those questions. And if you make comments, we will analyze those comments. So keep those questions and comments coming. We will take one more message from our sponsor, the African Town Hall. And after that message, if we have your comments and questions, we'll pick them up for discussion. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We will now wrap up this evening's proceedings of the conference this way. Tomorrow, we will have another speaker at the conference. Some of the ways we want the conference to proceed so that it will cause us to have a robust discussion is our speaker will make their speech. After their speech, they will take questions from me and then questions from the audience. That's why we want you to keep the questions coming. So this is how we proceed. If you are going to be our next speaker, we want you to prepare a speech that you can give for between 10 to 15 minutes. And then you will take questions from me relating to either what you said or the theme of the conference. And then the speaker will also take the questions of the audience, which will highlight on the channel, on the bar, so that he will see that question and the whole world will see it. And then he will go ahead and respond to those questions. So that's how we'll proceed. So we want you to keep your channels open as we look forward to the proceedings of this conference for tomorrow. Like we said, it will take place every day until we come to the end of the conference, which is on the 22nd of April, 2021. It promises to be a robust discussion. It promises to provide you a chance to say your say. It promises to give you a chance to rescue this country, which is most important. The youth must rise now. The youth must rise now. Nigeria must be taken over by those between the ages of 18 to 45. And it is only these people, when they are the president, the ministers, members of the National Assembly, and the governors, state houses of assemblies, directors, special assistants, and project directors, that is the only time the country will be saved. If that doesn't happen in 2023, then we have lost the opportunity that had to do with 2023. And this is the reason why this conference is up now, so that we can talk about these things and get ready. We hope you are with us in this mission. Thank you very much for being with us today, and have a great time.